Paul Kent has filed for tomorrow's Daily Telegraph on the market for number 7s in the NRL. So what have you concluded, PK?
I just think it's going to be an interesting year for halfbacks. Look, remember a few years back when the salary cap was about to be renegotiated, all these halfbacks came off. They're all timed to come off to basically cash in on the new salary cap. A lot of halfbacks got overpaid in that frenzy, and not all have delivered. Halfbacks are recruited to clubs to win premierships, and there's almost a subgroup now of halves who have been well paid for a long, long time who aren't delivering their teams. This year we go into the competition with new rules, and there's different trains of thought about how the new rules are going to affect the game, obviously. But with halfbacks, it's got to be crucial. Now, one train of thought is the game manager halfback will come to the fore because the game's going to be so fast. He's going to be
having to slow it down, manage
the tempo of the game. The other theory is that with the game with less stoppages and more fatigue, the running halfback's going to come to the fore because there's going to be more fatigued defenders, so therefore they're going to be the quick nippy blokes getting in and getting through the defence. So I just think there's a lot of pressure on the halves, and I think a lot of halves for the last 3-4 years have been overpaid because they haven't delivered the premiership. You go back to the halfbacks that have delivered the premierships in recent years. You've had last year it was Jerome Hughes. Then we've had Cooper Cronk for 3 years before that. Then you get back to Jonathan Thurston, Mitch Pearce and Adam Reynolds. That takes you back 8 years, 9 years.
It's probably the most intriguing position in the player market right now. The amount of halfbacks who are off contract, you know, blokes like Pearce, he's obviously just signed, but Mitchell Moses has an option in his contract for next year. Parramatta have offered him a 1-year extension. He hasn't taken that up at the moment. I mean, Mitchell Moses is on the market.
He's one of those halfbacks that have to deliver and have to start justifying the pay packet. That's what he's at Parramatta for.
Then it gets later in the season and there's coaches and clubs desperate. Okay, if they're not succeeding,
suddenly they're willing to pay
to find the answers for next year to keep the wolves from the door, and suddenly supply and demand comes back into it, and they'll still get their money.
But the coaches then say to the board, "It ain't me, it's the halfback. Get rid of him and get this bloke, and we'll get ourselves a premiership." It's fascinating the way that all works. But
Shaun Johnson's another one. I mean, Cronulla are just waiting on Shaun Johnson. He's already been offered to the Warriors. They've said no, but he's being shopped around at the moment. Shaun Johnson. I mean, the halfback market the Adam Reynolds one in the next month or so. It's going to be really intriguing.
You only got to see Cooper Cronk has received a lot of publicity for what he said about Adam Reynolds. The fact that the last 3 preliminary finals he's failed to get him through in any of those games. You've got Laurie Daly actually said that basically he called Mitch Moses a flat track bully.
Yep.
About a month ago. But yet these guys are generally the highest paid players at their clubs.
They're like the NFL quarterback. I mean, you get the money and you are expected to deliver. That's what it's come down to.
Only one can deliver in a season. Like, it's pretty tough criticism of Reynolds.
But hey, Tom Brady, he had the same challenge, and what did he do as a quarterback?